I told you I'd hold back the report until we knew what was happening.
Yeah, I know, and I really appreciate that.
Well, I'm afraid a copy of the police report went through to the board.
But the charges were dropped.
I'm afraid that doesn't make any difference. An assault charge was made against you. The second since you got your parole. The board want to see you tomorrow morning to show cause why your parole license shouldn't be revoked.
Huh. Oh, God.
Then it's only fair to warn you, Mrs. Davidson. If Mrs. Morris leaves this prison, so does Miss Ferguson. One way or another.
Come in, Smith.
Why the private talk? Can't you say what you want to say to me in front of the other women?
Smith, 3 months ago, the chairman refused your parole because of the trouble you have caused in here. Now, why do you persist in stirring up the women? Don't you want to be released?
Of course I do, but not whilst the women have to put up with the treatment they're getting from a certain officer. Mrs. Morris is the only one around here who gives a damn about us. And we don't want to see her forced out of her job, and I don't think you do either.
She has resigned. I have to accept it. I can't tell her she is not allowed to go.
Sack Miss Ferguson and Mrs. Morris will stay.
I do not need you as a personnel officer, Smith.
What a pity. I've got nothing else to do.
If the current strike is the result of your boredom, then you only have yourselves to blame. I have tried to be fair to you. That is why I introduced the points system. But you undermined it all with a ridiculous system of your own.
That stupid damn points system was doomed to failure from the start. It was open slather for certain officers to dock points off us if we forgot to curtsy when they came into the room. You talk about give and take, Mrs. Davidson. Well, so far it's Miss Ferguson that's been doing all of the taking. You get rid of her, not Mrs. Morris.
I will not have prisoners dictating to me which officers I will employ.
Then you'll have to find another solution, because the women are not backing down.
Hey, Trixie, that today's paper?
No, last Saturday's.
Wonder how Bee's going.
She'll tell Davo what's what.
Yeah. Waste of flaming time, this strike, but...
Why?
Well, the screws aren't going to care if we work or not, are they? It's no skin off their noses.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think the department will be too happy about losing all that money from the laundry.
Hey, what money?
Well, you don't reckon we do all that washing for the old people's home for nothing, plus the stuff from the Wentworth General? God, they must be making a fortune.
I never thought about that. And we do all the work. Well, that's slave labour.
Yeah.
Want the paper, Maxie?
No, I read it yesterday.
Davo have to say, Bee?
Well, we're still on strike, ladies. Mrs. Davidson reckons she can't stop Mrs. Morris from leaving.
Bloody hell.
Well, what do we do now?
We sit tight and wait.
Oh, Struth, this is boring. At least when we're working, the time goes quicker.
Yeah, and there's stuff all to do around here.
Oh, Meg, sit down. I have just had a discussion with Ted Douglas about the strike. Needless to say, he's jumping up and down about it.
I can imagine.
I'm afraid we're not on very friendly terms after our discussion.
Why?
Well, I told him that I agreed with the women, that you should stay.
But that's not possible. I mean, if I withdrew my resignation, he'd sack me anyway.
No, I talked him out of that.
Well, I just don't know whether I want to stay. I can't seem to work under the present circumstances.
Well, I realize the no communication rule has never worked, but I thought it was worth a try. However, as it's caused more trouble than it's worth, I'm prepared to drop it.
What about censorship of the mail? I mean, searching the visitors.
Oh, well, that will have to stay for the time being. I have to tighten up somewhere, but once the women start to behave, then perhaps we can relax a little.
Well, I can understand that, but I'm just not sure I can abide by it, that's all.
Oh, now, Meg, I need you, and so does Wentworth. You've seen how the women reacted. You can't leave them like that.
Well, if I do stay, what happens to Ferguson?
Well, Mr. Douglas is convinced that the complaints against her are due to staff personality clashes. He sees no reason why she should be removed or transferred.
The women won't accept it.
Well, we've accepted their terms. They'll have to accept ours.
Until next time.
What are you playing?
Nola Mackenzie's favourite game.
Hangman.
How do you play it?
Oh, heck, Lizzie. You can't play. You gotta know how to spell. You little bugger.
Oh, Mrs. Morris. Any news?
Yes. You can all go back to work.
You're staying. Oh. What about the rest of it?
Well, the officers are allowed to talk to you again, but there's to be no personal involvement. And I mean, if you've got any outside problems at all we can do is get in a social worker. The current security restrictions will stay in force for the time being.
Well, that's something, I guess.
There's something else I thought you'd all be interested to hear. Judy Bryant has been offered the job as careers advisor.
No.
Now, it's not confirmed yet, but she'll be trying to tee up jobs for anybody who leaves here.
Oh, beauty. Can I make a phone call and ask her to call and see me?
It's not official yet, Lizzie. Besides, why do you want a job?
Well, I can't sit around on my backside when I get out of here. Just let me make a phone call to congratulate her.
All right then, Lizzie, wait outside. Now, the rest of you, back to work. Right. Bea, I want you to help me with something.
What is it, Mrs. M?
I don't want you to take any more action against Joan Ferguson.
Well, I'm sorry, but you can turn the other chick if you want to, Mrs. Morris. I owe her too many things already.
She won't be here forever, believe me. And don't you see? When she goes, it's got to be official.
All right. She's safe for the moment.
Now, I'm going to have to get a few details from you, Tess. It's one of the things that everyone here has to go through.
Fair enough.
You say you just got out of prison, huh?
Yeah, Barnhurst. Pigs kicked me out without even my fare back.
Yeah. You got family?
Did have. You know what it's like. Spend a few months inside, and when you get out, all your mates have nicked off on you. Couldn't even bought the price of a meal last night. Ended up down by the Rattler Yard, sleeping under the bridge. That's where the pigs picked me up.
Well, you can have a bed here for a couple of nights. You'll have to share, though.
No worries.
And, we got some strict rules here, Tess. No dope, and no booze on the premises. Not even BYO, okay?
Fair enough. Never touch this stuff anyway.
Oh, hi, Cheryl. This is Tess. She's going to be staying with us for a while.
How you going?
G'day. You'll be sharing with her.
Thanks very much.
Driscoll House?
G'day, Jude. It's me, Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie. How are you?
I'm all right. I believe we got to congratulate you.
Why?
The new careers job.
Oh, well, that's not really official yet.
Oh, don't say that. I just about got Mrs. M teed up to let me be one of your first customers.
Okay. Now, what sort of job are you looking for? Concert pianist or brain surgeon?
Don't come the raw prawn, Jude. You know the sort of work I can do.
Yeah. I also know that you haven't had a visitor for a while. Now, that wouldn't be the real reason for the call, would it?
Well...
Is Mrs. Morris there?
Yeah?
Well, if you put her on, I'll see what I can arrange.
Jude wants to say hello to you.
Judy?
Hi, Mrs. Morris. Listen, you and I both know why Lizzie's ringing me. Do you think maybe if I could, come in and see her, Mrs. Davidson, let me through?
I'm sure she will, Judy. Just leave it to me. Here's Lizzie. Can I help you?
Yes, my name's Alcott. I'm here to see Nola Mackenzie.
I'm sorry, she's not allowed visitors at the moment. She's in solitary confinement.
I'm her solicitor. In view of the short time we have before a hearing, I'm sure you can arrange something.
Certainly. If you just sign in over there, I'll phone through to the governor.
There you are, Quinn. H block. Back in your old stamping ground.
Yeah.
Because Gaffney's gone too. So you'll be able to get up to your old tricks again.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? Running the book, of course. And I'm quite happy to go back to our old arrangements too.
It's not worth it. Nobody's got any money.
You don't expect me to believe that.
It's true. Don't you think I would have started it up already if there was a buck to be made? Everybody's broke since the fire.
Could